All right, I have set up a flight from Squamish, British Columbia, up through the mountains south of Whistler, and arriving in the Whistler area, we are going to do some mountain flying. And this is the Cub Crafters, so this is a very simple, basic plane. But thankfully, I have a nice Garmin in front of me with all the digital that I need. So we are going to make this work. So let's just see where we're at here. Trim is at 10%, flaps are at 16, which is more than enough. We've got a long enough runway here to take off. Mixture's at 100%. Very good. Okay. Batteries on, alternators on, fuel pump. Fuel pump position should be on. It's interesting. I don't know why that was off. Avionics is on. That's this. And, strobe lights, navigation lights on. Let's see. Okay. Very simple. Let's do a parking brake. Okay. Just took that off. And here we go. We're going to throttle up. Boy, this thing is light. Super light. So this area here is famous for backcountry skiing, snowboarding, mountain biking, all that kind of stuff. All the fun things. Drop my flaps all the way to 0 again. This plane just loves to climb. Move my trim to about 5%. Actually, still got to push the noise down.
Midnight Sierra Bravo India 6412 is type Cub Crafters CC19, 1 mile south of Charlie Yankee Sierra Echo 1000. Request flight following.
Midnight Sierra Bravo India 6412, Vancouver Center. Squawk 5147.
Squawk 5147. Midnight Sierra Bravo India 6412.
A little hasty here.
Midnight Sierra Bravo India 6412. Radar contact 2 miles southeast of Charlie Yankee Sierra Echo 2200. Altimeter tree 000.
Wow.
Roger. Midnight Sierra Bravo India 6412.
So I kind of gave myself a pattern to just climb up the mountain pretty sharply. And I set myself to head up this valley. So let's just pop out here. So I should come up basically directly over my cab there, that ridge there. Should fly up over top of it, and then we're going to head a little bit towards the northeast, and we're going to discover a big, pristine glacial lake up there. A little updraft here, helping us get out elevation, which is great. Just going to keep my RPMs below 2,700 here. So as you can see in the top corner in the compass there, it's a pre-planned route that I have set up, and just set up a bunch of waypoints to kind of give myself a nice scenic route here. As I climb, my props really love to jump up. Where's my throttle on this thing? What is my throttle? Select here. Oh, it's right here. 62%. We're looking. So yeah, I just wanted to follow that carve out here, get myself the maximum elevation over land, and should very easily clear this. Once I clear that ridge directly in front, basically have a whole bunch of nice territory like that. Most of the mountains here are not over 7,000 feet. You know, Whistler is, I think, around 6,500 feet, 6,800 feet. So about this elevation right here. Whistler's up this way. If you're going from Squamish, you're just going to drive up this valley up here. The city of Vancouver is kind of like straight ahead as you're looking at the screen. A lot of nice wildlife in there. So up ahead, I think you're seeing the lake that I'm heading to. Yeah, makes sense. Cut it over a little bit, give us a little scenery. Let's drop this throttle down here. Yeah. Blue glacial action here. Curious what's going on down there. Trees. A little bit above alpine for trees to be in that patch. Yeah. This big glacier here would have just been churning up all this land. RPMs just love to climb. Throttle at 21%. I just don't really. So just throttle to 0 and see what happens here. Do I try landing on top here? That would be a little bit nuts. It'd be too bumpy though. How's that for some Daredevil? There we go. Be nice to build a little cabin right on top of there. Quite a hike for water. Alright, well, time for a little bit of throttle here. What a beautiful lake. Yes, so I do need altitude here. So what I'm doing here. Best to cut over this way. Should have enough. But I didn't climb out of this. Like my engine loves to just be over speed, like half throttle. Bye bye Blue Lake. So if I kind of keep myself on this track here, it should give me clearance over this mountain. 66 airspeed. I've got lots of airspeed for this little light plane. Boy. Not much for vegetation up here. There's a lot of lichens, stuff like elk lichen. You get little rodents and whatnot, a few bobcats and lynx. Not a whole lot else. Take a look at our terrain here. Yeah, so I've got a little valley here to the left. If power cut out, then I don't necessarily have to make it over top of this ridge. Giving myself a course up over the tall stuff, the most scenic view. So I'll follow this next valley here, and around that spire there, terrain should open up, so I don't necessarily have to go over the full ridge, but got lots of altitude here. Make sure I don't get any lower than kind of that snow line up on the far straight ahead there, trying to view the whole snow line. Ooh, it's a little frosty in here, still. Interesting. So that would be emptying out into this lake. So it's not going to be emptying out on the other side. So yeah, I'm going to make sure that I'm not getting any lower than maybe 7,000 feet. Oh wait, my path wants me over this way. I want to go in. Where's north? North. Yeah, I do want to be going this way. Myself off track there. Yeah, because I want to be going north. So I get myself turned around there. Navigation skills not the best yet. $61. 5,600 feet. Let's put a little bit more trim in here. Not add any power, but that should start picking us back up. 55, 50. I think we need a little bit more throttle. 0% throttle here. That's how this Cub works. It's like so steady, so incredibly steady. You have 14% throttle, and this thing's just gonna pick right up. I did let myself sink pretty far here, so can't chase that ridge. Although, if I fly near it, I should get updraft. Awesome. I don't know. I'm sinking. Yeah, some planes you can adjust your propeller's angle, which really helps you with your lift. That's probably why I was getting overspeed. That would make sense. All right, 5,000 feet. Two. That ridge should be about 65, I bet. I feel all turned around. West. I don't want to be west. Ah, there's Whistler, okay. Alright. I see. It's a blue glacial lake. It just turned me around. I thought I was going to go opposite to the direction I'm in right now. Okay. I'll run in parallel to the waypoint, and I'm going to intercept that line and get set up for fun. All my trim out here. throttle out. Let's get focused here. Hey Google, what is the elevation of the runway at the Whistler Aerodrome?
The Whistler Green Lake Water Aerodrome has an elevation of 2,100 feet, 640 meters, above sea level. Note that it is a water aerodrome, so it features a water runway.
Oh crap. So there's no runway here? Is there a runway close by? I'm in an airplane.
Yes, you have two options with paved runways nearby, depending on which direction you are heading.
I have to make an emergency landing near this Whistler Aerodrome. Where should I lay down my Cub Crafters?
Fly north down the valley to Pemberton Regional Airport, CYPS, if you have the altitude. It is only about 15 miles north, has a wide open valley approach, and your Cub Crafters can easily manage the 3,917-foot runway. If you cannot maintain altitude to reach Pemberton, look for a wide gravel bar along the Green River or the flats in the Pemberton Valley just north of the lake. Avoid Highway 99 if possible, due to heavy traffic, power lines, and tight bends. Aviate, navigate, communicate. Declare an emergency on 121.5 or with Pacific Radio if you haven't already.
So would I just proceed north through the terrain of the lake and follow the mountain valley to Pemberton?
Yes. Fly north directly over Green Lake and follow the valley floor. It leads straight to the Pemberton Valley without requiring you to climb over high peaks. Keep the river on your left, and the valley will open up right into Pemberton Airport, CYPS.
All right. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not actually in an emergency, so I'm going to go back up to like 18% throttle, and we're just going to keep it nice and low. You know, climbing altitude just a few feet at a time. Power lines down there. $2,800 feet. Just trying to just keep that at this level here. Trim's adjusted here. That would be Highway 99 there. The Whistler Pemberton Highway. 10% trim. That nose up. Avoid any power lines over that cut. It's definitely a Trans Mountain pipeline there. All of this, I haven't really seen any place that would be a simple touchdown. If I was in real trouble, I'd be in real trouble. It's like all that clear cut, you gotta just assume all this has stumps all through it. So if you're gonna put down, you want to try to get yourself in a position where you can get back up. All these boulders. That could be something right there. Could be. 1, 2, 3. That's really short. Good camping spot. Elevation in 2000. That could be a landing spot. A little rodeo ground. Oh, power lines. Watch out. Well, I cut. That's pipeline. Right there. No, those are power lines right there. I was thinking that might be a good spot. Other air traffic somewhere close. Yeah, I had to get out of there. And let's see, getting the airport. Airport icon right there. Yeah, let's get back to real flying here. Determine the revenue. Okay, throttle is off. I can see the length of the runway, so I'm not that far off the line up here. Let's try to make this happen. Pull out a little bit. This way I can actually control everything. Okay. Luckily, I got lined up nicely. Just one stage of flaps. I don't want to slow down too much. I have access to my throttle nice and easy. .66 airspeed. Keep my hand ready on the throttle. All the way flaps. Let's go. 63, 61. Altitude must be in meters. Must be in meters. Lined up very nicely. Wow, a little bit too much rudder there. We'll just pretend that didn't happen, okay? It never happened. Come on, Cessna, get out of the dirt. Oh, you're not a Cessna. Okay, so that's just crazy. Welcome to Whistler. Thanks for flying.